She shapeshifted. All right. I reached the point where I can't keep it to myself, and I need someplace semi-anonymous to just get it off my chest so I can move on. I was part of a trio of best friends. We would hang out socially regularly. One of our favorite things to do was a girls' night out at the local clubs. We always started at one of our least favorite clubs, but it had one of those inexpensive fishbowl drinks, so we typically began our evening there. This is where it happened. We had arrived and were about 45 minutes into conversation and drinks, and we decided to hit the dance floor. A group of 3 guys were seated near the dance floor and joined us once we started dancing. I was paired up with the youngest looking one. He looked about 5 or so years younger than me, but we were having a great time dancing together. We danced and merged back together with the entire group forming a circle. Directly across from my dance partner and myself was my friend. She was laughing and smiling, dancing and enjoying herself, and then, boom, it was like a hologram or shifting picture, like tuning an image. She suddenly stood well over our heads, and the guy I was dancing with looked about 5'11" or so, and she was a clear head and shoulders over him. So this is the part that I have the hardest time saying without ridiculing myself for not having the answer. Please, I have such a hard time saying it even to myself, but she was a reptile. Like a standing scale-covered muscular humanish creature with a dinosaur, human-shaped head. My dance partner and I both froze. I felt stuck just staring and willing myself to stop staring. I turned to look at him, and the color had drained from his face. I felt so bad for the fear on his face. Without a word to each other, we both stepped backwards, turned and fled outside. He kept walking, completely left the club. He didn't say a word, just walked off, left his friends there, and was gone. I went back inside because I thought, it had to be the lighting. Shadows, something practical. After all, I know this person, we are friends. Best friends at that time. So, I am clearly the one who is crazy, and I needed to understand what just happened. I sat at a table near the dance floor and watched the whole room, the lighting, effects, shadows, my friends dancing, and I just told myself it had to be an optical illusion. A terrifying one, but couldn't have been real. I know this person. I'm not prone to fantasies, so I must have been the one to have my vision scrambled enough for my brain to fill in wrong information. It unsettled me so that I decided to not continue the evening out. I said goodbye to the other friend who was with us and I went home. As soon as I got home, I searched the internet for anyone who had experienced anything remotely similar, and I didn't find anything. At that point, I did try and have continued to try to convince myself it was the room, the lights, the strobe effect, etc. that turned my best friend into a 7 feet tall reptile person. I avoided them for a month after that. Next time I saw them, though, I thought she would find it amusing that I ghosted everyone because she shapeshifted. She didn't find it amusing and seemed worried about it, asking me what she looked like, etc. Fair enough, I thought. If my lunatic friend said the same thing to me, I would have questions. I turned it into a joke and tried to move the conversation away from it. But sometimes I get reminded and I see it again in my mind, and I am still as frightened and confused about it as I was then. We all grew apart after that. But there, I said it now, maybe just getting it out of my head will make the memory go away.